Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Iron Man Things with the Right Geek. Today I'm going to do some more paging through my Invincible Iron Man Omnibus Volume 1, which contains the Tales of Suspense issues, and I'm going to basically pick up where I left off in one of my last videos on this omnibus, with some more of my tabs of things that are fun and interesting and that I really enjoy about these comics. So I'm starting off here with this issue, which is Tales of Suspense number 47. And in this story, we have basically a corporate rival of Tony Stark's attempting to destroy him by becoming the Melter, and he has this little gadget that allows him to melt iron, including Tony's gold armor here. So corporate espionage and corporate sabotage pops up a lot in these comics because of Tony's status as a business person. He's always got rivals who are trying to take him down. That happens often enough that we can consider that sort of a major theme of the comics. So here we have one of the earliest iterations of that theme, where this guy decides that he's going to take revenge on Tony Stark because Tony Stark proved that this Melter here was running a factory that used substandard processes and managed to ruin him in the process, because Tony Stark is an ethical business person and doesn't like it when other people behave unethically. Go, hero. So this rival becomes the Melter, and Tony ends up getting into a confrontation with him, and at the end of the confrontation, his armor is partially destroyed and he has to run away. And that brings up an important storytelling aspect of these early comics, which is that Tony loses a lot. He never wins right away. He actually has moments where he struggles before he finally comes to his final victory. And that, I think, is just a good aspect of storytelling. It's not really a good story if your hero manages to triumph right away. He should have struggles, and he should have obstacles put in his path beforehand, before the triumph happens. And that's exactly what happens in this particular issue. So what does Tony have to do? Well, he has to run back home and figure out how is he going to defeat this Melter's device, which he can't fight against in the armor that he's in. And for a moment, he has this moment of doubt, where he gets scared, and he says, "What am I going to do? I don't dare confront the Melter again as Iron Man. If he should destroy my iron helmet, revealing my identity, Tony Stark would be prey for every criminal who wants revenge on Iron Man." So I think this is another critical aspect of storytelling too, that these early comics get right, and that is that these comics allow the hero to be scared and allow the hero to doubt himself for a moment before he realizes exactly where his strength lies. And this panel right here is one of my favorite panels in this early volume here. So he's scared, he's worried that he's not going to be able to defeat this guy, but then he thinks, what's the matter with me? I'm still not helpless. I've still got the greatest weapon in the world, a human brain. The brain that created Iron Man should be able to invent a defense against the Melter. So this is a very early instance of what I was talking about in the last video regarding Tony Stark and his ability to make cactus planes, in the sense that what what really constitutes a superpower is his intelligence. The fact that he can think his way out of situations, even when his armor fails him. And the reason why he has armor to begin with is because of his intelligence. It's something that he invented to protect himself. First, to keep himself alive because of the shrapnel around his heart. But then also, as he gets involved in the superhero life, the armor protects him in other ways as well. But this right here is kind of a thematic statement of Iron Man as a whole. I'm not helpless. Even without the armor, I'm not helpless because I have my brain. It's all about my brain. So that's beautiful. That's one of my favorite things about the character, the fact that in the end, it really isn't about the tech, although the tech can be pretty cool at times. What it's really about is his ability to use cleverness to get out of tough situations. And using cleverness he does, so that by the end of the issue, he is able to stand against the melter and his melting ray, because he has switched out the metal that the armor is made out of, so the melter's ray no longer works. Which is it's kind of a simple conclusion, but again, the dramatic beats of this are, it's a good example of a simple story told in a simple way that follows all the rules of storytelling as most normal people understand them instinctively, which is you have a hero, the hero runs up against a challenge. At first, the challenge stymies him. He struggles to face this challenge, but eventually, by the end of the story, he's able to figure out a way out of the situation. As some folks, as one gentleman that I follow on YouTube would say, writing comics is not rocket surgery. All you have to do is keep in mind how storytelling works, what kinds of stories human beings are going to be attached to, and this is one such story. The idea of the hero who struggles for a moment, but then figures out a way out of the situation using his ingenuity and his brain. Thank you for listening to this little video on this particular Tales of Suspense issue. In future videos, I will be paging through more of this volume and showing you some other issues that stand out to me as characteristic of the kind of early Iron Man comics that I love. Thank you for listening, and I hope to speak with you again soon.